Hey everybody, it's Damon. Today we're going to be organizing our Ryobi power tools. My first thought was go to the Ryobi wall link system, but I wanted to be able to also stack on top of the tools. I found this location to be perfect for our needs here, since we have the power outlet already. And what we have here is some laminate flooring that I had laying around, and I looked around what else we could use, and I had these shelf brackets. They were actually too long, so what I've done is I've taken the jigsaw with the steel blade, lopped it off, and then drilled a hole. So as you can see, it fits here. We have this one already done. Now, due to the mounting locations of the brackets, we're not hitting any studs. We're into drywall. So the way we're going to solve that problem is with these plastic anchors. They're going to expand as you put the screw through them. This is a 1/4 inch drill bit that I used. Here's a better look at the wall anchors. The go-to screw is the old drywall screw, but I have something much better, which are actually called wood screws. They're building wood screws. I use them for roofing. Actually, I've used them for PVC roofing. You've seen maybe on my shed, and then they go into wood. They have an aggressive thread. They even have like a pilot cut there for you for the wood. But another great feature about this is that rubber washer. It makes a nice tight seal, waterproof. So it's great for roofing. Here's a shot of the box. I got these at Home Depot. You get 50 of them. I believe they're about $6. And you'll only find them in the building supply, the roofing, the PVC plastic roofing. They're right underneath there. Okay, as you can see, we have all the anchors and the screws in. And the head is going for your socket is going to be a 1/4 inch, or if you don't have one of these are handy. I prefer this for this particular method, hand tools, over the power drills, because you don't want to over torque it. You want to feel it. It's going to get nice and tight, and this is, and it's strong. Let's get the shelf up. This is a tongue and groove laminate board. So there's the groove. That's what's going to go up against the wall. There's the tongue portion of it that fits into the groove. What we're going to do is take our sharpened chisel and just go down and remove that. I have the bottom on a rubber mat and my foot against it. We're just going to go down. Stopping occasionally. Make sure we don't go too deep. Okay, I've already done half the board. Just wanted to show you that this gave me the best results. 3-pound sledge. You can use a hammer, but have the shelf up, just test fit it. As you can see, it's nice and level. Now we're going to start figuring out where our tools are going to go and how they're going to go. Now our staple gun is going to go in a little bit different. It's going to have to go this way. And it'll be sticking up on top of the shelf, but that's no big deal at all. And we'll have it cut to where it goes like that. Okay, I've measured out the width of the grip for the slot we're going to cut. And we're going to be using our skill saw and this Diablo wooden metal. I believe for this fine laminate wood, we're going to use the scroll cut blade. Okay, now that we have this up here and I put some weight on it, we're going to need a middle support. Since this plank here isn't exactly made for weight bearing, so I found another shelf, and we're going to go ahead and cut that to fit. Okay, now that we have all three shelf supports up and checked for level, we're going to go ahead and continue to make cutouts for our tools. Progress so far, as you'll notice, the cutouts are different, and that's to accommodate different tools. So here we have our stapler, and this is the best way that it's going to go in. And as you can see, it tilts a little bit. But we can fine tune it later. Right now, we just want to get some progress, or we could even leave it like that. We'll be doing fine tuning later. And here's the drill bit. Or drill rather. Here's our other drill. Let's continue on. Okay, here's where we're at so far. Got the stapler, the two drills, tire inflator, reciprocating saw, circular saw. Now, the only two things left here is going to be the cordless sanders, the corner cat, and then the orbital. So I figured the best way of doing this is by using this part going in first. So it's basically going to look similar to this. So there's the orbital, here's the corner cat, and that's going to be the best mounting location for it. Since we're having to mount it in this manner, such an awkward shape, what I've done is I've traced it out, so we got a rough tracing of it, and it doesn't have to be exact. Taking the micrometer, and I've got, let's see, roughly 57.7. And I've gotten roughly that shape, that size rather. Doesn't matter if it's a little big, because we got these lips here that's going to grab onto it. Okay, we've marked the center where our sander's going to go. Have our template. We're going to trace around it and then cut it out with our jigsaw. Okay, the last tool to put up here is going to be the orbital sander. Now, I showed you with the templates. Here it is. Here's what it looks like cut out. Now, keep in mind these are only a guide. You're still going to have to go in there with your jigsaw and the squirrel blade and make adjustments as you go. Reason being is you don't want this to get too large, the opening, yet you still need to make it wider here in the back. So, because the problem is if you make it too wide here, then I'll have nothing to grab onto. Now for our orbital sander, we're going to need the largest gap yet. Reason being is because of this dust bag here. And we need it to clear this saw. Here's a top view of our orbital sander cutout. Set back as far as it'll go. Okay, we've marked the center where our sander's going to go. Have our template. We're going to trace around it and then cut it out with our jigsaw. Okay, now we have all the cutouts. What's left to do is to drill out the screws. What's left to do is mark and drill out the holes for the top screws. Now we're going to mount our Ryobi fast charger, 18-volt lithium batteries. Putting it in this location because we have the outlet and we want it here near all our Ryobi tools. Okay, I believe I found the perfect mounting position here. It's not going to interfere with the removal of the tools, and it's high enough so it's not in the way. So roughly there. Then we'll arrange the cord. They don't provide the screws, but I found two that'll work well. And as far as positioning it, you can measure, but I found the easiest way. We take our screw, some duct tape, poke it through, put it down where the screw is going to go, which in this case is the center. Find our perfect mounting spot. Okay, we're going to find our mounting location. We have our screws. And let's try that again now that we can line up the top. This time we'll be putting pressure on the bottom first. Okay, I see it. It's barely there. There's the top. To help things go along quicker, what I've done here is I've drilled out a hole, put in a wall anchor, since there's no stud behind here, and then attached our bolt. And that way it makes it easier to measure from center to on center. It's 4.5 inches. So go ahead and make that measurement. It's 4.5, and now we're going to drill out the hole for that. Okay, we have our hole drilled out for our wall anchor. Our screw. And there, it's nice, solid, flat against the wall. It's not going anywhere. Last thing to do on the charger is route the wire, tape it up, make it look nice and clean. We'll be using the Gorilla glue gun to route the wires to the charger. A word of caution, this glue is extremely hot. Next step is getting this angled corner piece. Okay, we have our corner piece here, and also start it up part ways. And we're going to run glue up to here, and around the corner up to the top, and then stop. Okay, we have our Ryobi 18-volt fast charger, all nice and secure, cleaned up. Hot glue all around, and on the top, wrapped with some electrical tape, and we made sure we have plenty of room that we can use our tools. Without any interference from the battery. Okay, looks like we're all set here for our Ryobi rack. Got the fast charger going. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to see what else we can fit on the top shelf. Well, I'm happy to say this project is complete. Our custom-built Ryobi rack. Not only do we have the tools and the charger, but we have room for our spare batteries. And here's our sanders, sandpaper on the shelf, soldering iron, and here we have drill bits and also some jigsaw blades, and also the fine plywood saw blade for the Ryobi. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. I have many more videos.